welcome to the video analysis of the yesterday's Intobridge tournament. And even if you didn't play, there might be a couple of interesting hands and ideas where you can learn from. So let's have a look. We had 3 tables, 6 pairs. So you see that at the end we ended up last. That's why it might be even more interesting to see what happened. But you see, otherwise it was so tight, like 1 match point difference or 2 match point difference between the first and the 5th place. So that's how it is with 3 tables and match point scoring. Very often it is about luck. So let's have a look on the travelers and board by board. So board 1, and we start with an interesting bidding where we ended up to get a bottom, and we couldn't do anything. So here Brandy and Kevin just bid wonderfully. So North opens aggressive 1 spade, and there is definitely an option to open 2 spades as North as well. The hand doesn't have that much of a defensive strength, so it's really on the edge. I might even pass and bid spades later on, because I feel it's too weak on defensive tricks to open 1 spade. It's like too strong kind of to open 2 spades, so sometimes the right bid might be to pass and fight for the contract in the 2nd round. Anyway, if you open 1 spade, then South just has to go to a slam, because that hand is like 2.5 loser. The question is what to bid, if to show the diamonds or the heart suit. And that might be really tough, but since this is match points, give the hearts first. Try to find the heart fit. If you don't find the heart fit, maybe you can just later on jump to 6 diamonds, potentially even 7 diamonds. But the goal is to find out about the King of Hearts. That's definitely a key value. The King of Clubs is not that important, because the club loser can be discarded on the Ace of Spades. So very simple bidding here with Kevin and Brandy. 1 spade, 2 hearts from South, 3 hearts, a fid, which might not even be if 2 hearts, 2 over 1 is not forcing to game, then 3 hearts is the minimum. If 2 hearts is forcing to game, then North should bid 4 hearts to say, I have a fid, but nothing else. I don't have any extra. Anyway, from South, we can just ask for key cards, and if partner has 2, so Ace of Spades and King of Hearts, then you will bid a Grand Slam. If partner doesn't have any or 1, you just want to end up in 6 hearts. So at the end, see, this should be an easy board, yet only 1 pair managed to reach 6 hearts. The other played in 6 no trumps, which cannot work out since you lose the Ace of Spades and the King of Hearts. Okay, board number 2 was quite boring, 50%. Board number 3, 50%. It's quite rare that even with 3 pairs you have same results. So that means good bridge and maybe easy bridge were played on these 2 boards. But that's not always the kind of the thing. So board 4, 3 pairs, 3 different part scores. So let's have a look what happens on this board. So we can just go back and start how the bidding probably should go. Okay, I want to play. So West doesn't have an opening, so West passes. North has 10 count, 8 losers, balanced hands. You don't want to open this vulnerable, you don't want to go down to 100, yet you want to fight in 2 spades later on. So pass, East doesn't have anything as well. South has 14 count, 5-4, relatively a standard 1 hard opening. Some people might like bid this as a no trump, but I feel like 1 hard is way better. So North bids 1 spade in all the tables, and now in South you have 2 options, either to rebid 2 diamonds, but this is match points, so 1 no trump is a better rebid. Now North stands in front of the decision, either to pass 1 no trump, invite with 5 card spades, because that's the most appealing. If partner has 5 hearts, 3 spades, he will have a doubleton in one in the minors, or just to rebid 2 spades. I think all three options is kind of equal for me because this is match points. And imps, I will definitely invite, so bid check back whatever you use. And if partner has a free card and a maximum, I would like to play 4 spades. See that later on it's more about the defense. If you play no trumps, spade contract pays back the best way. So if you just rebid 2 spades or check back and up in 2 spades, that's the best contract. Board 5, yet you see 3 different results at the end. Here in 4 hearts, that was the top score. But let's have a quick look, because 3 hearts is the final contract. So maybe at the end this might be the defensive thing, but let's have a look on the full board. So let's play and start from the beginning. North 12 high card points, so 1 diamond. East passes. South has a 6 card major, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 theoretical losers, so that's not enough for an invitation, which I like to use 1 diamond, 2 hearts. So I would bid this as a weak hand with hearts, so just bid 1 heart. Now as West, you have an interesting hand with 14 count, 2 suitor, 3, 4, 5, 6 theoretical losers. You have the 2 other suits, so either you take out double. If you use what I like, the sandwich one no trump, which will show usually 5 clubs, 4 spades. This might be the best bid to describe the hand, but double is fine. 2 clubs can be fine as well, because you expect opponents to end in 2 hearts or 2 diamonds. So you have still a little bit more time to show your spades later on. So yeah, I think majority of people will double here, or to show 2 clubs for the lead if they play in diamonds. But I would expect opponents play in hearts. I will be on the lead. I want to compete with this beautiful hand. So 2 clubs and double, tough to say. Let's say that you bid 2 clubs with a plan to bid 2 spades over opponents' 2 hearts. So now it's really questionable what North will do. So full card fit. Now after 2 clubs, the hand improved significantly. It's only 12 high card points, but a full card fit with a shortness. So standardly, you want to end up on the 3rd level anyway. You want to be 3 hearts over 3 clubs. So this hand is it between 2 hearts and 3 hearts. So really tough. But even if you bid 2 hearts, let's say, and now East, being non-vulnerable with a full card fit, doubles an ace queen, which potential might be useful, you definitely go to 3 hearts. Sorry, 3 clubs. You want to support your partner being non-vulnerable. Vulnerable, I will not go, because I will feel that I need to cover 2 tricks for sure. This hand most likely covers only 1 or 1.5, which vulnerable 3rd level might already be 2 down in 3 clubs. Anyway, now South, knowing about a 10 card fit, should go 3 hearts, although this can be quite tough. The pressure will be actually on West here, and you have a couple of defensive tricks, but I would feel that opponents might have 4 hearts there. So again, very tough decision between pass and full clubs. But you have to be ready that if you bid 4 clubs and partner raised, so you already know that clubs will not produce many defensive tricks, you have to be ready that if you bid 4 clubs and opponents bid 4 hearts, what will you do? You probably would need to sacrifice in 5 clubs. That I would expect to go for 300, so I would just pass here, and that might be the contract in 3 hearts. So yeah, now the contract in 4 hearts works out, because you lose only 1 club. You lose potentially 1 or 2 diamonds. Sorry, 4 hearts doesn't make it, all based on the defense, if the defense will play the diamond actively or not. We didn't. We played in free hearts. Absolutely the best. See, after the double here, North jumped to free hearts. That was it. So I think well done on all sides to end up in free hearts, making only 9 tricks. Board 6, so free no trumps, relatively easy here, which should be reached, but you see that one pair ended up 4 spades, one pair didn't reach the game. Our opponents just bid the game, made 9 tricks, we couldn't do anything about it. So very simple bidding, but maybe hand evaluation is the key here. So you open 1 diamond as South, North bids 1 spade, South bids 1 no trump. Now North, 12 count, 5 card suit, should do the check back. If you find out partner doesn't have a free card, you can maybe only invite, since this is match points, but jump to 4 is good as well. If North invites opposite a weak no trump, then 12 count with a solid 5 card is definitely not a minimum. So those 2 tens in the free card, that's another extra, because they can produce a second stopper in combination with partner honors. Look, Ace Jack Doubleton, but if they lead a heart or if they play a heart, this 10 of hearts is a crucial card to have 2 stoppers and 2 tricks, by the way, as well in hearts. So very important to evaluate those 10s, but mainly the solid 5 card. So South should accept the invitation for sure. Free no trumps as the contract. Board 7, boring 1 spade. Board 8, let's say boring 4 spades. We made it more exciting because, well, we feel that we need to catch up. So our fault to lose that 50% score. But on board 9, see that 3 tables, 3 different contracts. So once again, well, we might have a look on our bidding, but we might go through what's happening. So yeah, let's play and reset from the beginning. So not what's happening at our table, but we can start with the opening. 6 cards. If you don't have the 2 diamond opening, which this hand can be a little bit too strong because we are non-vulnerable. In match points you might open 3 diamonds, but even 1 diamond is good enough. So at our table it went 1 diamond and I passed. I have 5 diamonds behind. South, 4, 6, 7 theoretical losers. If you have the invitation with 2 hearts, this is exactly what you want to do. So I would just bid 2 hearts here, invite. If you don't have that, bid 1 no trump. And now the West hand is actually interesting. If South bids only 1 heart, then you have options again to double to show the other 2 suits. For that, I would like to have more defensive values. So use double as points. That's my suggestion. If you have that no trump natural, then it's tough. 2 no trumps being vulnerable, this hand might be a little bit too weak. My choice will be definitely to bid 1 no trump sandwich to show clubs and spades and not that many defensive values. But if I don't have such option, then maybe bidding 2 clubs here to show the lead. Very tough. Maybe I will double. I actually don't know. That's why I like the sandwich no trump. In this situation, you might have the sandwich 2 no trumps, and we might be not strong enough to bid for level, but 5-5, I just want to weigh in. We can have a game here, we can fight for a part score, we can push opponents to 3 in a suit. I will just do it in match points. So 2 no trumps to show 2 other suits. North has an absolute minimum, but he has a doubleton, so this is in between a pass and 3 hearts. I will pass because I kind of shoved already the hand and I have a real minimum, not good values. Partner can reevaluate as well. So now if 2 no trumps is sandwich, I have 2 tricks for partner and doubleton, so I would bid 3 spades. Now South probably after 3 spades is only 2 bids, pass or double. And that's a very tough decision. 3 spades might be even quite tough to defend. But if it goes pass, I think this might actually be good bridge if you beat it by one trick. So see that the double dummy says that we can make 2 spades. That's the tops what we can do. So this is the bidding, how I would precise it. Very probably it could go 1 diamond pass, 2 hearts, all pass. That's very probable bidding as well. Board 10, quite boring for hearts. Board 11, well, interesting. Again, we doubled a little bit here for the gamble, but 3 no trumps is absolutely standard score to take 10 or 11 tricks. So again, a relatively boring board. Board 12 was quite boring as well, but this time we exploit opponents' aggressive play, and this is what you should actually be ready for. So West passes, North has 16 count, balance, so that's a very standard 1 no trump. Now East doesn't have the bid, and South has 11 count, so a stayman bid. Now, as West, you might like to double clubs for penalty. You want the club lead. You have 2 potentially entries. You want the club lead. So I feel okay with this double. But look what happens. And you have to be, guys, ready for this. So if somebody doubles you an artificial bid on the low level, the simplest agreements are these. Redouble that you want to play. 4+ card with an honor. Because you might have points you want to play, that's business. It's better than a game if you play a part score redoubled. You don't need to know more. Redoubled part score better than a game, only if you make. You don't need to make over tricks. If you have a normal hand, potentially if you have a stopper, or if you have a nice hand, just answer system on. And if you have the worst hand, so possibly you don't have a stopper, you have a minimum, you feel that this hand is not worth and you will pass the invitation, then just pass. Yeah, if you don't accept the invitation, if you don't have good stoppers, you can just simply pass and don't open. Leave it to partner. With this hand, you definitely want to redouble. You have 3 club tricks, and you should be making 2 clubs if partner has at least invitational values. So what happens now? Redouble is business. Now East tries to escape to 2 hearts. Definitely, because you don't want to play 2 clubs, opponents redoubled. You are non-vulnerable, so you can go 3 down, and you have 4 heart tricks, so that's all fine. Now South doesn't have a penalty double on hearts. South wanted to play in spades if we have a full card fit. So double after a redouble for business, all doubles are penalties. South doesn't have it. We're forced to bid, so South passes. East should pass as well. He's happy with Ace Doubleton, so that's fine. And now North also doesn't have the penalty double, so he can just bid 2 spades, because North is the one who wants to declare the hand, hide the values. So now the bidding should go like this. At our table, after redouble 2 hearts, it went double, and East didn't stay in 2 hearts. By the way, 2 hearts doubled is only 2 down for 300. Definitely a good sacrifice over a game. 3 clubs was a disaster there, because see that we can make, our side can actually make 9 tricks in clubs. So we could even beat it 5 times maybe with the best defense. So be very careful. And if opponents make a mistake, take the advantage. So the next board, we got again a top score here. A little bit of an overbidding, but nobody reached the standard, I would say a really standard normal contract. So yet again, let's have a look at how the bidding should go. Okay, I will just show our table here. I don't want to exploit anybody's games. So let's see. As North, you have a normal 1 diamond opening with 4-4 for 1. You prefer to open 1 diamond to have options later on to either show clubs if opponent shows hearts. or to show a reverse if partner bids spades. Now East has an interesting hand. 7 card suit, 6-7 theoretical losers. This hand might be worth overcalling 3 spades. But there are 3 types of overcalls. 1 spade, 2 spades, 3 spades. Let's try it. So after 1 spade, South has a standard takeout double, like negative double to show 4 hearts. North has an easy go to 4 hearts. So this is super easy how you can reach 4 hearts. So let's take it back. And we did. Opponent sacrificed in 4 spades, went down for 500, did a good job, and collected still a 0 for a good sacrifice. Maybe the overcall was the issue. It was too easy for us to reach 4 hearts. So now if 2 spades is here, a South, it's suddenly quite tricky, because vulnerable, you have only 2 honors, you like to have 3 honors to bid the negative double here. But even if you pass, the North has a takeout double, and now you definitely want to go 4 hearts, because you have 2 key cards, and partner is not doubling with a balanced hand here, unless he has 18. And if he has a balanced hand 18, he just goes for it. Sometimes you might double with the balanced hand, doubles and spade, but then you should have a maximum with 4 hearts. So that's why it might be tricky to reach the hand. But no matter what, even if South bids 3 hearts only, as North, I will raise to 4 hearts. So again, it should be easy. And if you bid 3 spades, this might be the most difficult one, because now South is kind of forced to pass, because you don't have enough to play a game opposite an opening. Very often 3 spades goes passed out if North has a weak no trump. But again, 17 count, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 theoretical losers. That's a hand where you need to go, you need to bid. So again, this would be very easy. Double, pass, and South with 4 hearts should just bid 4 hearts. And if East-West finds the good sacrifice, good for them, but 4 hearts is the contract. You should definitely reach and then start from that. Board 14 is a boring board, so let's have a look on the final contract. Yet again, let's show our bottom. We ended up in 4 spades, while again, it was a good sacrifice to go down for 200, because opponents can make 11 tricks in hearts. But let's have a look how the bidding might or should go. So South passes, West passes, North opens a spade, absolutely normal. 2, 4, 4 theoretical losers with a 5-5 hand, and values, so also defensive tricks. Now East overcalls 2 hearts, which is also quite standard with 13 count, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 theoretical losers. That's, I would say, a standard hand for an overcall. Now South, 4 triple free, only 1 trick. We're vulnerable. I actually prefer to pass with these hands and wait for partner to bid something to end up in 2 spades, because partner should not just pass out in 2 hearts. With South hand, I don't want to end up 3rd level, so I prefer to pass the South hand. Sorry. Something happens here, unexpected, so let's start again. Pass, pass, North opens a spade, 2 hearts overcall, and now we pass. Now, being non-vulnerable as West, you know that opponents will not let you play 2 hearts, so you want to push, you want to raise with a 4 card fit to 3 hearts. This is not an invitation. If you want to invite with East, you just bid 2 spades with this hand. And that should be that 2 spades have the chance to cover 3 plus tricks. If you cover 1 or 2, you just raise to 3 hearts, and that should be the contract you play. But now look how much pressure this bidding puts on North. And this was the bidding at our table. So, but now with 4 theoretical losers, Spartan doesn't have most likely a fit. Well, he definitely doesn't have a fit and 2 tricks, but he might still have a fit and 1 trick. Yet I don't want to double. I want to play with a 5-5 because my queens and kings might be not defensive values. So I decided to bid for diamonds, which is fine. Now East passes and Simon decides to play in a game since he has a 3-3 and now Ace-Jack in diamonds. Very good values, and we got doubled from West, which is reasonable because he has 2 spade tricks, club ace, and he hopes that partner brings you that 1 trick. So great bidding. The defense went only 1 down while it could be 2 down. Yet scoring 200 for East-West side was a clear top score because reach 4 hearts is very tough. But look that 3 hearts should make 11 tricks for 200. So 3 hearts making 5, which I think is a good bridge. And 3 spades, that might be the best bridge to be aggressive here, or even 4 spades just ends up in a tie. So really very interesting hands today. A lot of potential doubles, and I think that's the most difficult thing on bridge, to realize when opponents just overbid and you want to penalize them. And for that, just I'm working on already the hand evaluation, which is on a Milan Bridge website, is the one you want to take in. So check it out, milanbridge.com, register, and I think 10 euros is definitely worth there to invest, to get and be there, get the thoughts, and we will prepare more things in the future. So you want to be part of it for sure. Take care, guys. See you next week.